Hey there, welcome to Wyckoff Ethereum technical analysis session. So here we're looking at the weekly chart of Ethereum, and the key question is it going to uh, rebound from the bottom edge of the upward channel, or is it going to drop further towards the sign of weakness? So previously we have shared these tags saying if irrespective of its buying climax or upthrust, if that's really the case, the likelihood of it coming down to show us, well, basically not as early as that. I would say I'll move that further because there's a chance that it's coming down for an AR2. That's my terminology. So AR, automatic reaction, corresponds to the buying climax. Here, the AR over here is duplicated, but yeah, this is referred to buying climax. AR2 is corresponding to upthrust. So there is a tendency for the price to hit a peak and then come down for a bit before the next climb. So that's why I say, well, this week the price range is pretty narrow. Next week, potentially there may be some bigger test towards the support of this bottom edge of the upward channel. So when that happens, Ethereum would likely retest the 4,200 level. Worst case, it will retest this 3940 key level, this purple key level over here. So that may be like a candlestick with a wick poking towards the purple, assuming the market sentiment is still not too pessimistic by then. So if it's really the case, then don't expect there would be no rebound. There can still be rebound before coming down to test even lower key levels. So when it comes down to test the blue key level of 3,540, these two guys, the sign of weaknesses will happen. So from the big picture point of view, while there may be rebound, be careful that it's going to come outside of this upward trend box and come further down before it goes back up to test a high level again. So even if you FOMO in, pay very high attention and always adjust your stop loss. Going to the daily, here we're seeing UTAD, the test, and now it's entered into a very narrow trading range. So this short yellow dashed line has been basically rejecting all the tendency or like all the attempts to go back to test the higher levels. Especially yesterday's candle, the volume was pretty high, higher than the prior day with the red candle. This, don't just look at the color and the volume and think it's a good sign. Look at this wick over here. This long wick means there are quite a number of people selling, pushing the price down to where we are now. So that's not a good sign for the bulls, but probably a good news for the bears. And then today we started off like this, meaning again the price is being suppressed from the upside and still struggling, trying to stay above 4,300. So eventually, let me bring in this Bollinger Band corner squeeze. For me, I consider this a squeeze is already happening. When a squeeze happens, it means it's gathering energy to a subsequent bigger price move. If you're new to this indicator, look at what happened here. Scenarios that I consider a squeeze. When one side of the purple or both sides is are close enough to the orange lines, or one side even got into it, the other is close enough, then I consider that squeeze already happened. Some people only consider it when both purple lines are into the orange. So like the scenario over here, they would only consider this a squeeze has happened, and eventually, okay, on one side the price went down a little, on the other example it shot up quite a lot. So this indicator can tell us that a squeeze is happening and a bigger price move is about to happen. Combining that with the Wyckoff pattern, I would not only the Wyckoff pattern, but these long wicks from above, these two signs, combining with the indicator I just mentioned, 3 references in total, the tendency of it coming down to test the purple key level is getting a lot higher. So be very careful what's coming for the next few days. So before our next session, the price would have tested this support line, this blue line over here. So the first level, I'll say if it happens in the next few days, it would be somewhere around 4,200. So previous days, they tested somewhere near that level, but still a bit higher than 4,200. But this time, if it really comes down, it's going to test it hard. And assuming it is going to be successful and continue to trade above this bottom edge, but as long as it's being rejected by this yellow dashed line, it's getting closer and closer to the deadline or due date. Around this end of September, 22nd of September, is the first triangle that's going to happen. So that means the price has to either break above this resistance or go outside of this support. So depending on which side it goes, I've already mentioned the likelihood, then that's when the test happens to whoever that has or has not been prepared. So that's pretty much the summary for Ethereum. Not that it doesn't have a chance to go up, but the likelihood of it coming down before going up to retest seems to be higher as of this moment. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next session.